Hey everybody, Coach Dave Samuel here with Team Doberman Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to do a product review. This is going to be our more in-depth review on Volugen, which is Morphogen Nutrition's non-stim pre-workout. First of all, I grew up in the 80s and 90s with bodybuilding, and we didn't care about flavor. I mean, we had stuff that tasted like dirt and we drank it and it was fine. But this product, oh my gosh, this is their green caramel apple flavor, and it's amazing. And I look forward to drinking this before a workout. But more importantly, it works. And especially if you're doing like high volume training, this is a great product. I highly recommend it if you're doing more high volume, because halfway through the workout, you may notice your pump is diminishing. This product will kick into high gear and really support the pump. And that only supports your mind-muscle connection, which is going to just improve the quality of your workout, and in the end result is going to be much better. So I'm going to go more in depth on the ingredients and why this works so well. So bear with me. I'm going to go to my notes here a little bit because I can't remember all the ingredients offhand, but I can comment on them and give you an idea of why they work. So right up to start out with, L-citrulline, very good ingredient to have in a pump product. It should be in every pump product. It has 10 grams, so it's at the max dosing that is necessary, and it does a lot of the heavy lifting with the pump. But then on top of that, you've got creatine monohydrate, 5 grams of that, micronized creatine monohydrate, which I think it should be in every pre-workout. Everybody should be taking it, young, old, elderly. There's a lot of benefits that are coming out with cognition, but obviously with performance as well. We've known about that. It's one of the most studied, safest supplements in the industry. But to have that in there, it's a no-brainer for me. Next up is going to be Electroprime, which is just another supplement ingredient that's going to support hydration, which is just going to improve like your contraction, your endurance, and your pumps during your workout. But it's at 5 grams. And then you've got betaine anhydrous, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that, but that's going to improve power output, strength performance, and your hydration. Again, another product that's going to just, all these things support the pump, hydration. Taurine's going to be up there next, and that is going to be more of a product that's going to reduce cramping, and you're not going to be limited as much from stuff like that creeping in, because if you get a cramp, you're not going to really be able to push as hard on a set, and that's where you really grows, when you get to the final few reps that you're pushing to the limit on. And to have something like that in there, that makes 100% sense. And they've got that in there at 2 grams. Then velvet bean extract, that's another one that provides L-Dopa, which supports dopamine production, and that's going to improve motivation, focus, your mood during training, and it's at 750 milligrams. That makes 100% sense, because we're not using stimulants. Something like that is going to help with that regard, as far as just focus and just having a good mindset during your training. Vasodrive AP, that's at 508 milligrams. It's another vasodilation ingredient. So, I mean, you are just getting support for the pump in so many different ways. And that's a sign of a really good product, because when you're thinking about like, okay, this is going to target the pump this way, this is going to target the pump that way. When you have all these things supporting that, it's going to be an amazing product. Then you have Alpha GPC, and that's at 300 milligrams. And that's another ingredient that's going to be more of the with your mental focus, mind-muscle connection, and how much power output you can put through. So that's a great ingredient that's kind of connecting from another avenue for performance. This is one of the ones I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing, choline, and that's at 250 milligrams. That's gonna support cognition, mental endurance, dopamine balance. So pairing that with the Alpha GPC is awesome. I mean, again, you're looking at, okay, we can take this avenue to support this aspect of the training, and then this will get it from this point of view. because you can't just drive a product, max dose. You can go max dosing, but past that, it's not going to have any other benefit. But if you have another product that attacks it from a different angle, that's just beautiful. A Mento pump, and that's at 200 milligrams. A Mento pump, and I got to read this one here real quick. So this is going to be like your nitric oxide signaling and pump intensifier. It's at 200 milligrams. That's the high end of what you want in there, so that's great. Again, this is going to also support the pump. And then we got another one that I've never heard of before, and that's a great thing about this company. They keep looking and trying and striving for perfection, and they look for new ingredients that are beneficial. But again, they go by the science, they go by what what's been proven to work, and then they implement it. But they are always ahead of the curve, and I really appreciate it about that. But Solido Pure, and it's an adaptogen. Like how mushrooms, you have certain mushrooms that can be adaptogens. This, because it's going to improve fatigue resistance and stress reliance. It's really good, especially for anytime you're under heavy loads, something like that is beneficial. And again, clinically dosed, it's a great finishing touch to this product. But the overall formula, this is not a beginner's pre-workout. This is, in fact, I don't think a beginner needs a pre-workout. But once you've been pushing hard, once you've really nailed your nutrition and you're training hard, this is definitely something to implement to just support your performance in the gym, which is only going to support your results. And, I love this product. I will also be using their other pre-workout, which is a stim product that I'll get into later. This right now, I'm taking a break from stimulants, so this is going to be what I'm using, and highly recommend it. And if you do order from them, use discount code AMJ to support our channel. And if you have any questions, comments, please put them below. I really am, yes, I have a discount code. It's not like I'm making a bunch of money off this or anything, but I've supported this company from the very beginning. I've known Ben and Deidre, who own the company, and now Nick, but I've known them way before when they started out with just one or two products. I think it was, I don't know if it was the amino they came out with first and then the pre-workout. Again, they just are striving for quality, improving, just day by day. It seems like they're just doing something every day to make it better. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.